produkto, tapat sa aming serbisyo. Walang problemang di malalampasan. Magliliwanag ang ating kinabukasan. Dance Radio, silid-aralan sa radyo. Hatid namin makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo. Kahit saan at kahit kailan, hindi ka iiwanan. Hatid namin bagong kaalaman. Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio. Learning is amazing.
Ito ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself.
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kaalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan, ang istasyon magbibigay impormasyon kahit saan man.
For something big. Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWBR-FM. Facts and information. Today's learning for you normal with capable teachers whose heart and soul are divine. Delivered knowledge inside your home through 106.3 Dance Radio. Fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education. Reproduce of radio-based instruction. We are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education. Only here on 106.3 TWDR-FM.
Education is not preparation for life. Education is life itself. Good day, grade 10 learners. I'm Teacher Dennis, and with me is Teacher Beverly Ramirez to give us an introduction.
Hello, beautiful people of Doña Aurora National High School. Good morning and a blessed Thursday to everyone. Today is another amazing day, another opportunity, and another chance for each and everyone to learn something new. To our officer in charge, the Chief Education Supervisor of SDO Isabela, good morning, Sir Rod V. Pasqua. Of course, a pleasant morning also to our very workaholic Assistant Principal Designate, Ma'am Ruby R. Guillermo. Hello, hello to our supportive head teachers. Most especially, of course, to the head teacher of the English Department, Ma'am Ofelia Ralutin. Shout out then to all the teachers and staff of Doña Aurora National High School, and of course, special mention to the proactive and dynamic teachers of the English learning area. To our parents, dear students, and to all our avid listeners and viewers here and abroad, most especially to all our grade 10 learners. Hello and good morning to my advisory class, 10 Talisay. I hope you're doing fine right now. And to all other grade 10 classes, 10 Yakal, 10 Tangile, 10 Tindalo, and 10 Sinagtala. I'm your teacher for today. I'm one of your teachers for today. I'm Teacher Beverly L. Ramirez. And with me, of course, are the other grade 10 teachers. We have here Ma'am Jennifer Velasco. Kaway naman dyan, Ma'am Jen. Ma'am Venus Lintao, and Sir Dennis Mendoza.
Okay, so an amazing morning to all our radio listeners and viewers via Dance FB live stream. I hope you are all safe whenever you are right now. Hello to 10 Obra, Mendeleev, Einstein, Rutherford, Jimelina, and Nara. Special mention to my grade 10 SPJ and 10 Sinagtala. I hope you are all ready to interact with us. Ma'am Jen?
Hello, good morning, dear teachers, Ma'am Bebs, Ma'am Venus, my partner, Sir Dennis. Hello to all our avid listeners out there. I am your teacher, one of your teachers for today, Teacher Jennifer A. Velasco. I would also like to greet my 10 classes. I have 10 Molave and 10 Banaba. And also regards to other grade 10 classes, the grade 10 Kamagong, Mahogany, Acacia, and Almasiga. So please stay with us until the end of this segment. Sir Dennis.
Yes, I would like also to greet 10 SPJ and 10 Sinagtala, and we hope that you will stay with us until the end of today's English lesson, guys.
Yes. Thank you so much, dear teachers. Indeed, today is another wonderful day, and we are glad to be with you as we embark on another learning journey, another fun-filled learning journey for our first lesson for the second quarter. And for today's lesson, you are expected to define an argumentative essay and, of course, to identify the different parts of an argumentative essay.
Yes, Ma'am Bev. So, time really flies so fast, no? We haven't noticed that we are now on the second quarter. So, sana lagi nang ready mga students natin. So, for those who are following us via Facebook live stream, don't forget to comment in our chat box, #lesson accomplished in grade 10 English. And may we also encourage all those who are with us today to please share this FB live stream so that many learners will benefit from this very simple discussion that we have today. Again, please click share. Yan, para paramihin natin ang ating views. How many views, sir? We have how many viewers na po?
Yes, ma'am? How many?
Okay, so for week 2,
Okay, good.
week 2 lesson, we identified the elements of a story as well as the part of a plot.
Okay.
Ma'am Jen, what about for week 3?
Okay. So, for our week 3, we have journeyed with Maria and Noel and Baldo as they have traversed the long way going to Nagrebkan riding on Caracalla. So, our story is all about the love story of Leon and Maria. Yan. And of course, in this story, we have noticed that when a kind of love is real, talagang ipaglalaban natin ito. And in this topic also, we have discussed about the figures of speech, the local color, and of course, it was explained thoroughly. Sir Dennis, for week 4?
Yes, for our week 4, for week 4 lesson, we tried to determine the accuracy, validity, adequacy, and relevance of text listened to or watch and realize the importance of fact-checking to avoid proliferation of fake news. For us to determine if you really understood your previous lessons, okay, may I ask you some questions to answer? All you have to do is to key in the word true or false in the chat box, or text your answer via this number 0927-213-6257. Again, 0927-213-6257 para po sa mga nakikinig sa atin sa radio. True if you think the statement is correct, and false if it is wrong. Ma'am Jen?
Yes. So, again, all you have to do is to write or key in our chat box the item number plus your answer. Of course, those who will win with our game today will receive a 20 pesos worth of loan. Let's start with number 1, okay? So, news reports are
For those who
found
will get,
in
yes,
newspapers.
Ma'am Jen, for those who will get the correct answer, they will be receiving 20
peso load.
worth of cell phone load. Coming from, of course, our guest,
Yes, Ma'am Venus.
teacher, and one of the mainstays of the live discussions for grade 10, the one and only, of course, Ma'am Venus. Ma'am Venus. Ma'am Venus
Ma'am
ikaw.
Venus.
Okay, so let's have the first question. Sir Dennis?
Yes, number 1. So,
Kay Ma'am Jen, I should say.
yes. Here is the first question. News reports are found in newspaper and their purpose is to inform readers of what is happening in the world around them. News reports have a certain structure that you need to follow, and this structure is sometimes called the inverted pyramid. So please key in your answer. Is it true or false? Ano kaya ito?
Just
Tama ba ito o
comment
mali?
your answers in
Ma'am,
our...
I think we need to wait for further time kasi almost 30 seconds ang delay ng ating broadcast.
Oo, sige.
So matagal ito,
Yes,
ma'am.
darling.
Matagal siya.
That is very understandable naman.
Let's wait for answers in our chat box.
Yes.
Grade 10 learners, come on.
Just right na no, ha?
Key in your answers
Oh.
whether the statement number 1 is true or
False.
false.
Number 1.
I would like to repeat the question
Yes,
maybe,
let's
Ma'am
write the
Debs.
number.
May I? Ulitin ko habang
Number
hinihintay ang
1,
sagot
and
nila
then
ha.
true if that
So
is
here's
your
the question.
answer, or number 1,
News
false.
reports are found in newspapers
Yan.
and their
Sige,
purpose is to
pakishare na
inform
rin ang
readers
ating
of
link
what is
sa
happening in the
ating
world
mga
around them.
ibang grade
News
10
reports have certain
students.
structures that you need
So
to
that
follow,
everybody
and
will
this
learn
structure
from today's
is also called
discussion.
as the inverted pyramid.
Keep
Tama
your
ba o mali?
answers.
True
What
or
about those
false?
who are not viewing the live stream, sir? Paano pag cellphone po ang gamit?
Okay,
What number
they may key in
shall
their
they
answers
text?
in 0927-213-6257. 0927-213-6257.
They're going to send.
I think there are already answers in our
Okay.
chat box.
Meron tayo dito, ma'am.
Yes.
Galing kay Cyril Labagnoy Feliciano, 10 SPJ. Number 1 is true.
We also have an answer from grade 7 to Felrita Annabel Acopido. Her answer is true.
Wow, very active participation talaga lagi yung bata na yan.
Then, most of the answers are actually true.
True.
But we're gonna give the credit to the first one. Sino ba, sir?
Cyril Labagnoy Feliciano.
Yeah, Cyril Feliciano. Okay.
Let's reveal the answer.
From 10
The answer
SPJ.
is-
Congratulations.
The
Anak,
answer
please send
is-
your cell phone number to your English 10 teacher.
The
So we
answer
can give you
is-
your... the
Tama
answer
sila.
is...
Yes, very
I
good.
forgot.
True.
Sorry.
True.
It's true.
Congratulations.
Okay,
Cyril.
so congratulations to Cyril Labagnoy Feliciano. Pasend na lang anak yung CP number mo sa akin afterwards. Okay, so let's have number 2. Okay, so this is number 2. When students can describe literary elements such as character and plot, they are better able to interpret and respond to a text. Focusing on and discussing key details of literary elements do not support the understanding of the author's message and purpose. Is it true or false?
Okay, so what's your answer for item number 2? Is it true or false? For another 20
Okay,
pesos.
key in item number
Key
plus
in
their answer.
your
Para
answer
minsan
in
tayo
our
malilito na Ma'am
chat
Debs. Tama?
box.
Item number plus the answer.
Meron na ba tayo? Meron na bang nag-key in ang kanyang answer sa ating chat box?
Okay, may Sai de la Cruz, 10 Rutherford. Ang sagot niya ay number 2, false.
Okay, pakibasa na lang, sir, yung ibang answers. If there are other answers aside from
Danica Blas, 10 Rutherford. Number 2, false. Mickey Castro Eugenio, 10 Einstein, 2 false. Eliza Juan, 10 Mendeleev, 2 false. Jairo Emmanuel, 10 Einstein, 2 false. Jana Clarice Galapon, 10 Banaba, 2 false.
Okay, almost of their answers,
answers
almost
are
all of their
false.
answers are actually false. Let's find out if their answer is correct. And that is
Yeah, congratulations.
correct.
Tama ang mga estudyante
Sai.
natin.
So,
Sai
Okay?
de la Cruz.
the prize will be
10.
given to
Sai de la
Sai
Cruz of 10 Rutherford.
Yes, congratulations.
And for
Okay.
number 3,
Mhm.
yan, for number 3, listen. Okay, so number 3, checking for accuracy, validity, adequacy, and relevance of information is important because not all information that we hear are True. Is it true or false?
Okay, so what is your answer for item number 3?
May sagot na kagad si ano.
Is that
Ang bilis,
true or false?
Mark Lester Ramos.
Baka yung asawa ko yan. Mark Lester yun.
His
10
answer.
Tangbili. Number 3, true. JC, this JC? JC. Marita Bago, 10 Rutherford, 3, true. Yan, ang mga sagot nila.
Okay, let's find out if their answers are correct. And it's absolutely correct. Number 3 is true. To whom shall we give the prize? Of course, to the first person who
Yes,
gave
si
us the
ano,
correct answer. And
Mark Lester
he is
Ramos
Mark
Barayuga. I think siya.
Mark Lester Barayuga.
Yes, ma'am. From
From
10 Tanghili.
10 Tanggile. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yes. Congratulations to all our winners. And of course, to those who are not that lucky today, still congratulations because you have participated well in our discussion. So that really shows that you really understood our previous lesson. So we hope that you are going to stay with us, and we hope that you will understand also this lesson. So at this moment, please get your learning activity sheets, and here now is your RBI lesson. Please listen attentively and see you in a while.
Kada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta't magtulong-tulong, sulong edukalidad. Dance Radio, learning is amazing.
Language,
Grammar and literature.
a program that will develop your vocabulary.
Comprehension. Critical and analytical skills.
This is the English Learning Area. Only here on 106.3, the WDRFM Dance Radio.
For learning is amazing.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another fun-filled session of English lesson. This is your first RBI lesson for quarter 2. So get your learning activity sheets and your writing materials, and let's all get it started. But before we proceed to our discussion today, let us have a recap of the lesson found in your learning activity sheets titled Language of Research Campaign and Advocacies. Your task is to identify the terminologies being described. Ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Here is statement number 1. It is the systematic investigation to establish facts and reach new conclusion. What is it?
Ma'am, that is research.
Correct. Statement number 2. It is an organized course of action to achieve a goal. What is your answer?
That is campaign, ma'am.
You are right. Third, it is a public support for or recommendation of a particular cause or policy. Any guess?
Ma'am, that is advocacy.
Exactly! The answer is advocacy. For today's lesson, we are expected to accomplish the following objectives. First, define an argumentative essay. Second, identify the features and parts of an argumentative essay. And lastly, compose an argumentative essay. Let me begin our discussion by asking you this question. Should cell phones be used in schools?
I don't agree with that idea, ma'am, because it might cause distractions to us students and will lessen our attention to our lessons. Ma'am, as for me, my cell phone nowadays is my lifeline. I just can't imagine life without it. So, it's a yes for me. It's a yes, but with restrictions for me, ma'am. Cell phones can be used in schools, but there should be a limit As to how long will it be allowed for us to use it?
Wow, those are brilliant ideas! If you will just give more details on your stand about my question and add a catchy introduction and a powerful conclusion, then you will come up with a type of essay that is called an argumentative essay. Do you have any idea about an argumentative essay?
Ma'am, an argumentative essay expresses an extended argument for a particular thesis statement. The author takes a clearly defined stance on their subject and builds up an evidence-based case for it.
That's right! Like other academic essays, an argumentative essay begins with an introduction. What is an introduction of an essay?
Ma'am, an introduction is the opening of an essay. Its purpose is to inform the reader what the topic is all about and state the writer's stance about the topic.
That's correct! The introduction serves to capture the reader's interest, provides background information, presents thesis statement, and in longer essays, summarizes the structure of the body. For better understanding, let us listen to a sample introduction of an argumentative essay.
The spread of the internet has a world-changing effect, not least on the world of education. The use of the internet in academic context is on the rise, and its role in learning is hotly debated. For many teachers who did not grow up with this technology, its effects seem alarming and potentially harmful. This concern, while understandable, is misguided. The negatives of internet use are outweighed by its critical benefits for students and educators. As a uniquely comprehensive and accessible information source, means of exposure to and engagement with different perspectives, and highly flexible learning environment.
Okay, let us now proceed to the next part of an argumentative essay, which is called the body. Why is it called the body of an essay?
Ma'am, it is called the body because this is the part where you lead the reader through your ideas, elaborating arguments and evidences for the thesis statement.
Exactly! The body of an argumentative essay is where you develop your arguments in detail. Here, you'll present evidence, analysis, and reasoning to convince the reader that your thesis statement is true.
Ma'am, how many paragraphs should the body of the essay have?
In the standard 5-paragraph format for short essays, the body takes up 3 of your 5 paragraphs. In longer essays, it will be more paragraphs and might be divided into sections with headings. Each paragraph covers its own topic, introduced with a topic sentence. Each of these topics must contribute to your overall argument. Don't include irrelevant information. Is it clear now?
Yes, ma'am!
Now, the example paragraph you are about to listen to uses a Rogerian approach. It first acknowledges the merits of the opposing position and then highlights problems with that position. Let us now listen to this.
A common frustration for teachers is students' use of Wikipedia as a source in their writing. Its prevalence among students is not exaggerated. A survey found that the vast majority of the students surveyed use Wikipedia, according to Head and Isenberg's 2010. An article in The Guardian stresses a common objection to its use. A reliance on Wikipedia can discourage students from engaging with genuine academic writing, according to Conner 2013. Teachers are clearly not mistaken in viewing Wikipedia usage as ubiquitous or overused among their students.
But the claim that it discourages engagement with academic sources requires further investigation. This point is treated as self-evident by many teachers, but Wikipedia itself explicitly encourages students to look into other sources. Its articles often provide references to academic publications and include warning notes where citations are missing. The site's own guidelines for research make clear that it should be used as a starting point, emphasizing that users should always read the references and check whether they really do support what the article says. I repeat, read the references and check whether they really do support what the article says, according to Wikipedia, researching with Wikipedia 2020. Indeed, for many students, Wikipedia is their first encounter with the concepts of citation and referencing. The use of Wikipedia, therefore, has a positive side that merits deeper consideration than it often receives.
There you have it. Let us now move to the last part of the essay, the conclusion. What is found in the conclusion of an essay?
Ma'am, the conclusion wraps up the arguments in the essay.
That's right! An argumentative essay ends with a conclusion that summarizes and reflects on the arguments made in the body. No new arguments or evidence appear here. But in longer essays, you may discuss the strengths and weaknesses of your argument and suggest topics for future research. In all conclusions, you should stress the relevance and importance of your argument. Let us now listen to an example.
The internet has had a major positive impact on the world of education. Occasional pitfalls aside, its value is evident in numerous applications. The future of teaching lies in the possibilities the internet opens up for communication, research, and interacting. As the popularity of distance learning shows, students value the flexibility and accessibility offered by digital education, and educators should fully embrace these advantages. The internet's dangers, real and imaginary, had been documented exhaustively by skeptics, but the internet is here to stay. It is time to focus seriously on its potential for good.
Alright, I hope that by this time, the three parts of an argumentative essay is now clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Meanwhile, let's take a short break. Don't go away, and I will be right back.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, ma'am. I have just finished accomplishing the task found in my module. How can I send you my outputs for checking and feedbacking?
Oh, that's a nice question. There are actually 3 ways for a student like you to submit your outputs. 1. It could be via online. That is, if you are capable to connect online. You can just upload your outputs in your Google Classroom, or you can take pictures and send them through your group chat or messenger account.
Ma'am, how about if we do not have internet connection?
If you do not have internet connection, you can submit your accomplished tasks in 2 ways. 1. You can ask your parents to submit your outputs in the designated drop-off center. 2. You can save your outputs if you have available flash drive, CD, or DVD at home, and submit it in the designated drop-off center in your respective barangay.
Wow! It's nice to know that there are varied ways on how we can submit our accomplished task.
Always remember, for submission of outputs, You can do it via online, offline, or physical submission. Because at Dance, we make amazing things possible.
Hello, I'm back. I believe you are now ready to accomplish the different tasks found in your learning activity sheets titled Parts and Features of an Argumentative Essay. Turn your learning activity sheets on page 9 and do the activity titled A Safe Argument. Directions: on a separate sheet of paper, copy the template given and fill each box with safety measures set by the government to observe while your place is under a community quarantine. Can you give some safety measures?
Ma'am, one is observing proper personal hygiene. Ma'am, another is practicing social distancing in crowded areas. We may also use face mask and face shield when we go out, ma'am.
Those are correct. I hope that you will be able to give 4 safety measures set by the government. You may continue doing this activity after the broadcast. This time, you are now ready to do the next activity titled Writing an Argumentative Essay on page 7 of your learning activity sheets. From your answers in the previous activity, choose one among the safety measures which you consider as the most important that everyone should follow. Then, write a 15 to 18 sentence essay about the topic. Don't forget to follow the structure of writing an argumentative essay. Your output will be graded based on a rubric found in your learning activity sheets. You will also do this activity after the broadcast. Are the instructions clear?
Yes, ma'am!
Okay, dear learners, we are done discussing the parts of an argumentative essay. May I just remind you that one of your performance tasks is to write an argumentative essay. To help you write an amazing argumentative essay, let us listen to these tips. Listen attentively.
Tips on how to write an argumentative essay.
Wow!
Here's a step-by-step guide to writing an amazing argumentative essay. 1. Analyze the topic. You have to understand what you have to do. Explore different perspectives. Look for the clues and limitations. 2. Plan the essay. An argumentative essay has 5 paragraphs. The first paragraph is the introduction. The second to fourth are the body paragraph with supporting argument. And the last one, conclusion. 3. Choose your position. Ask questions to yourself about the topic. Then write down your ideas on a paper. Separate all the negative and positive points. Pick 2 for pro points and 1 for against points. 4. Begin the writing work. Get started with a clear introduction. Give a brief about your arguments in the thesis statement. Present 2 supporting arguments in 2 body paragraphs. In the third body paragraph, talk about the opposing arguments. Then, wrap up the arguments in the conclusion. Remember, start the essay with an enticing look. Provide proper evidence to back up your arguments. Give your reader a food for thought. Ensure that you've answered the question properly. Lastly, provide background to give a voice to the essay. Don't convince readers about something that is false. Don't just present the facts. Present your opinion. Don't confuse readers by presenting different arguments. Lastly, don't force your opinion on the readers.
Alright, with those tips you have just listened to, I hope you will be able to write an amazing argumentative essay. Just follow the given tips. Again, you will do this activity after the broadcast. Hang in there, we will just have a short break and I will be right back. Do you encounter problems in accomplishing the different activities in your modules or learning activity sheets?
Worry no more because your teachers are always ready to guide and assist you. You can send your questions or clarifications in two easy ways. 1. Call or text. And 2. Private message. So easy, right? Remember, at Doña Aurora National High School, we make amazing things possible.
This reminder is brought to you by Doña Aurora National High School and this station.
Hello, I'm back. Let us now sum up today's lesson by answering the question, what important concepts did you learn from today's discussion?
Ma'am, I have learned that an argumentative essay is a genre of writing that requires us to investigate a topic, collect, generate, and evaluate evidence and establish a position on the topic in a concise manner.
Yes, that's correct. Any more ideas?
That there are three parts of an argumentative essay: the introduction, the body, and the conclusion.
Very good. Now let us answer the activity found on page 5 of your learning activity sheets. You will tell whether the given statement about argumentative essay is true or false. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am!
Number 1. An essay is a piece of writing expressing the author's side of argument, story, or experiences. I repeat, an essay is a piece of writing expressing the author's side of argument, story, or experiences. What's your answer?
That's true, ma'am.
You are correct. Number 2. Generally, there are 4 parts of an essay: the introduction, argument, body, and conclusion. I repeat, generally, there are 4 parts of an essay: the introduction, argument, body, and conclusion. What's your answer?
That's false, ma'am.
Precisely! That is false because there are only 3 parts of an argumentative essay. Let's move to number 3. The introductory part of an essay provides the most vital and important content of the writing, where the author provides evidence to tell his points. I repeat, the introductory part of an essay provides the most vital and important content of the writing, where the author provides evidence to tell his points. Any guess?
The answer is false, ma'am.
Yes, it is also false. It is in the body where you can find evidences to prove the point in the essay. Let's have number 4. A thesis statement is a clear 1 or 2 sentence explanation of one's position about the topic. Again, a thesis statement is a clear 1 or 2 sentence explanation of one's position about the topic.
The answer is true, ma'am.
Exactly, that is true. And the last one, number 5. When writing an essay, the use of transition words helps the reader understand how the writing flows from one idea to the next. I repeat, when writing an essay, the use of transition words helps the reader understand how the writing flows from one idea to the next. What's your answer?
The answer is true, ma'am. because transition words enable the reader to move from one idea to the next.
Wow, your answers show that you really understood our lesson today. There are times in our lives that we cannot avoid having an argument with other people. What are some things that we should bear in mind when we want to give our opinion without offending others? Complete the given statement to come up with your I should list. It goes this way. When I want to tell my opinion about an issue, I should blank. Who wants to answer this?
Ma'am, when I want to tell my opinion about an issue, I should tell it in a polite manner.
That's good. Any more ideas?
Yes, ma'am. When I want to tell my opinion about an issue, I should tell it in a detailed and straightforward manner. Ma'am, another is, when I want to tell my opinion about an issue, I should start by listening politely, clearly state my position, and support my stand by providing evidences.
Wow, what a fruitful day of learning! So dear learners, that ends our discussion for today. On behalf of the production team, together with our technical specialist, Teacher Michael John M. Tumula.
Alright!
Script writer, Teacher Beverlyn L. Ramirez.
Wow!
Language editor, Teacher Jennifer A. Velasco. Content editors, Mr. Vicente S. Rodriguez and Mrs. Ofelia S. Ranutin, Head Teacher 5 of the English Learning Area. Thank you for staying with us as we nurture your desire to learn. I am Teacher Jennifer A. Velasco, your radio teacher for this hour. Thank you very much and stay tuned for our live discussion. Keep safe!
Language,
Grammar and Literature.
a program that will develop your vocabulary.
Comprehension, critical and analytical skills.
This is the English Learning Area. Only here on 106.3, the WDRFM Dance Radio.
Where learning is amazing. Dance Radio, silip aralan sa radyo. Hatid namin makabago, paraan ang pagtuturo.
Wala nang makakapigil pa. Sulong Arangkada 106.3 Dance Radio sa Aurora, Isabela.
Edukasyo'y susulong, basta na magtulong-tulong. Sulong edukalidad, Dance Radio. Learning is amazing.
Alright, you have just heard your first lesson for the second quarter. And to start with our discussion for today's lesson, I would like to ask you this question. Okay. Now that vaccines against COVID-19 are already available and vaccination programs have been rolled out, who do you think should have been prioritized? Is it the youth or the elderly? Pag youth, yung mga kabataan, and if the elderly, those who belong to the senior citizens group. And why? Okay, so who do you think should have been prioritized with the different vaccination programs that have been rolled out nowadays? Okay, so our dear grade 10 learners, you may key in your answers in our chat box. But of course, my fellow teachers here, while waiting for our learners to key in their answers in our chat box, if you will be asked the same question, what will be your answer? Anybody who would like to volunteer? Mom Jen, you're smiling. So, who do you think should have been prioritized, Mom Jen?
Well, I would also prioritize the elderly mom debs, no? Just like what the government chose. So, we are aware that as one gets old, we are becoming proner to comorbidities and sickness. So, agree ako dyan sa ating gobyerno na inuna ang mga katandaan, okay? Ang mga nakatatanda na mabakunahan. But yun nga, prone tayo eh. And they are more, their immune system is very weak, kaya tama lang silang inuna.
So,
ang mga may bata pa, medyo malakas-lakas pa yan eh. Kaya nahuli ako, ma'am eh. Kaya nahuli ako, malakas pa ako.
So, for Ma'am Jen, it's the elderly. Tanungin naman natin yung medyo malapit ng maging member ng elderly.
Elderly, nauna yan, halatado. Naunang nabakunahan yan.
Ako pala yun.
Okay.
I agree with Ma'am Jennifer. The elderly are more prone to viruses and because of their physical conditions, their age, and their mental ability as well. Kasi, diba? Kaya, lalo naman pag yung tinatawag natin yung positivity ng thinking nila, yung the way they think ba? Mas lalo silang Kaya kailangan siguro mauna sila mag-vaccine.
Okay, so 2 points for the elderly. Okay. So, nakaka-relate ka ba dun, Sir Dennis?
Naman, relate yan.
Ito sabi ni Angela, sabi niya ng 10 Albasiga, elderly should be prioritized because older people face significant risk of developing severe illness if they contact the disease due to psychological changes that come with aging and potential underlying health condition. Yeah.
Okay.
3 points, elderly.
We have here another answer coming from Cristel Joy Padaong. She said, we should prioritize the elderly because they are more strong than the youth. Yun yung kanyang claim, no? Bakit ganun yung answer niya? Okay. Do we still have other answers, sir?
Giovanni Pantaleon, elderly because they are already old and so do their immunity have weakened. Diba?
Sabi naman ni Ira Asuncion, the elderly because they are more prone to viruses.
Yes.
Even for me, I think it should be the elderly who should be prioritized because they are the most vulnerable members of the community right now. At saka may nabasa ako according to Statista Research Department. Binasahan ko talaga to, sir. About 609 patients who had coronavirus in the Philippines belonged to the age group 60 to 69. While there were only 8 from age group 0 to 9 and 17 for 10 to 19 years old. So parang lahat naman ng answers natin, even with our learners, ang answer nila ay mga elderly, no? So they really give respect to the elders.
Yes, as we always do, members, no? So we would like to congratulate our learners for their very brilliant ideas that they have shared in our chat box. Ang gaganda ng kanilang mga claim, no?
Yes, actually.
With supporting details pa yan. But you know, Ma'am Bebs and dear teachers, our claim here is not, or aim here is not to stir up a debate kung sino ba ang dapat mauna at hindi para pag-awayan, But it is for us to make a just and nice argument for us to find out if you can make a claim or stand and support your claim to convince others to support you. And if you can, today, our topic will just be as easy as an ABC.
Yes,
diba?
you're right,
so,
Ma'am Jen.
Yun lang yun.
You know, my dear learners, when you put those ideas, yung present nyo kanina, into writing, and then you just add more supporting details to support your claims, you will be able to come up with one kind of essay, which is an argumentative essay. Okay. So, ano nga bang argumentative essay, Sir Dennis?
Okay, before we define the argumentative essay, let us first define the 2 words that compose it. No? First is the argumentative. Argumentative means having or showing a tendency to disagree or argue. Number 2, the next one is the word essay. Essay is a short piece of writing on a particular subject. Therefore, an argumentative essay is a type of a formal essay that tries to change the reader's mind by convincing him or her to agree with the writer's point of view about a certain issue. It uses evidence and facts to support the claim that the author makes. Now, the pros and cons are given to both sides so the reader can weigh and decide on the stand that he or she is going to make.
Yes, Sir Dennis. Venus?
Okay, for us to come up with an effective and interesting argumentative essay, we need to make sound arguments. You know, whenever we talk about making arguments, there is always this negative connotation that there is fighting or quarreling involved. But actually, there is so much that we can done with arguments like debates, discussion, advocacy, propaganda, education, and learning. The question then is, what is the formula for making arguments? Sir Dennis.
Okay, can you give Sir Dennis the formula in making an argument?
Well, these are the formula in making an argument. Give students an argument comprises a claim or assertion, that is what you propose. Ano ba yung propose mo? Then the support. Okay? Support means reason to back up your claim. And evidence. That is the analysis or examples to further validate your claim and support. Ma'am Venus?
Yes, thank you so much, Sir Dennis. So, ayan po ha, my dear learners and to our listeners, the formula is claim or assertion plus support plus evidence.
Yes, Ma'am Venus. Okay. So for us to better understand every single formula and how shall we use it in our essay, let's have the different parts of an argumentative essay. So just like any other essay, an argumentative essay has three parts. We have the introduction, that's number 1. Number 2, we have the body. And the last part is the conclusion. So, himay-himayin natin per part of the argumentative essay, starting off with the introduction. So, ano bang gagawin natin in the introduction part? Here, we need to introduce the problem. So, what is the issue? What is the topic all about? And after that, we give background information about the issue that we are discussing. And after giving simple background information, then we can state our claim. Gaya nung answer nyo kanina na who should be prioritized? Will it be the elderly or the youth? So your claim there is, should be the elderly, for example, because those are the supporting details. Okay, so that is for the introduction. What about for the body, Ma'am Venus?
Okay, so for the body, when you say body, this is the second part of the argumentative essay. So body, it contains the reason supported by supporting details or materials. So first, we will present our evidences. So when say evidences, there should be reason plus the supporting details. So each paragraph must contain one reason and its supporting details. So we could have here 2 or 3 paragraphs.
Yes, 2 or 3 paragraphs.
Okay, so in the body.
For the body.
Yes, so in the second paragraph, it could also be the supporting details may contain also examples, statistics, personal experiences, or quotations. So here in the body, we also include here counterclaim plus the rebuttal. So we will discuss the meaning of counterclaim and rebuttal as we go deeper in our discussion. So
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Venus. And what about the last part, which is the conclusion? Sir Dennis?
Well, the conclusion, this is the third part naman siya ng total argumentative essay. Tandaan natin mga anak, mga bata, hindi po magiging maganda or sabihin natin hindi siya magiging kainang-inang sa ating argumentative essay kung wala yung conclusion natin. Conclusion states the main claim and presents 1 or 2 general statements which accurately summarize the arguments which support the premise. Yung ginawa natin kanina. This includes the following. Pwede nyo kayong pag-conclude. Isa sa mga ito, pwede nyo gawin. general statement that support your claim on thesis statement. Pwede yun. Then, or you can conclude it by using a quotation or call to action. Pag sinabi natin call to action, ano ba yung pwedeng gawin? Yan. So, yun ang tinatawag nating conclusion. Ma'am Bebs?
Okay, thank you, Sir Denny. So let's have an example to illustrate the different parts of the an argumentative essay. So here it is. So, for example, if the issue given is that the public display industry keeps many species of marine mammals captive in concrete tanks, especially whales and dolphins. So how should we write our introduction given that issue? So we can state it this way. There is no doubt that marine mammals should not be held in captivity. That's the issue. They are part of nature and should not be bought, sold, or thrown in an aquarium. And our claim here is, and that should be supported with the different supporting details found in your body later, is that marine mammals have the right to be kept in their natural environment. I repeat, the claim which is found in our introduction is that marine mammals have the right to be kept in their natural environment. Okay, now we have that introduction. What shall we place now in our body paragraphs? Ma'am Jen?
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Bebs. So I just would like to repeat our claim. So our claim is marine mammals have the right place. Marine mammals have the right to be kept in their natural environment. So wag dapat silang i-captive, okay? So one of our reasons is captivity causes health problems in marine mammals. So again, ito yung ating reason. And take note, we need to support it with our supporting details. So here it is. Many tanks have water full of chemicals and bacteria. This results to blindness and many skin problems in dolphins and other marine mammals. Marine mammals in captivity die from pneumonia, ulcers, and other stress-related diseases. Most of these helpless creatures suffer from boredom. Dolphins in the wild swim up to 40 to 100 miles per day. But in pools, they just have to go around swimming repetitive patterns. Due to boredom and limited space, many dolphins abuse themselves. They often bang their heads against the tank and aquarium walls. So these are the supporting details of our reason that captivity causes the health problems in marine mammals. It's just one of the reasons.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Jen. Let's have the next one, Ma'am Venus.
Okay, so let's have the second paragraph. So we have here, in addition, some of these poor innocent creatures face abusive treatment by their caretaker, thus shortening their lifespan. So this sentence is our reason. Reason number 2. To support, we have here the supporting details. So I will continue. In fact, Keko, the killer whale star of Free Willy, was a victim of this type of abuse. It was known to be said that he was 1,000 pounds underweight and developed a war-like disease. His teeth were ground down, chewing the side of the pool due to boredom, and he also had a problem with his dorsal fin. So these are the examples of our supporting details, supporting the reason 2, which is highlighted with the green letters, ma'am.
Okay, so
we have here
if you have
2.
another paragraph, which is your body paragraph 3, Sir Dennis?
Yes, so sa body naman, sa body paragraph 3, kung meron lang kayong paragraph 3, so ganito na mangyari na sa reason natin is marine mammals also breed very poorly in captivity with very high infant death rates. At pag sinasabi nating nakakahinga ba? Parang nahihirapan sila kapag sila nasa kulungan at mas marami yung kamatayan na naranasan na. Okay, so this is the reason. So, to support this reason, pwede natin ilagay ito. For this reason, When a baby dolphin is born into captivity, its birth is usually kept a secret from its mother until it shows signs of survival. Marine mammals do breed in captivity, but the birth rate is not as successful as in the wild. Ma'am Bebs?
Okay, so if you notice, my dear students, all the three reasons presented support the claim stated in the introduction a while ago. Okay, so we have 3 body paragraphs, and if you are already through presenting your reasons plus the supporting details, of course, as mentioned by Ma'am Venus a while ago, your body paragraphs should also contain a counterclaim. Ma'am, ano ba ang counterclaim? So take note na our claim as presented in the in the introduction, I should say, a while ago, is that marine mammals have the right to be kept in their natural environment. That's the claim. So ang counterclaim, mga anak, is a statement that contradicts the claim. Yung kabaliktaran ng claim na sabihin siguro ng ibang readers mo, ay ganito yan. So what is your counterclaim to contradict or to oppose our claim? That is, on the contrary, some people think that holding animals in captivity helps in study and research. So that's the counterclaim. But of course, after the counterclaim, you need to add your rebuttal. Ma'am, ano naman ang rebuttal? Rebuttal naman is a statement that explains what is flawed about the other side argument. Ano yung something na mali dun sa counterclaim? This is actually your response to the counterclaim, and it further supports your claim. So to contradict naman, parang yung rebuttal is a contradiction of the counterclaim. So we say, but the truth is, scientists prefer to learn about animals in their natural environment so they get first-hand knowledge. Maybe you would ask, ma'am, saan ba namin ilalagay ang counterclaim and the rebuttal? You can place it anywhere in your body. Okay, I repeat, the counterclaim is always found in the body paragraphs. Okay, and our after the presentation of the counterclaim and the rebuttal, we can now proceed to our conclusion. And as presented by Sir Dennis a while ago, in the conclusion, you can place or you can include a restatement of the claim. You can include a quotation or a call to action. In our example, we included all these 3. So we say, in conclusion, marine mammals should definitely not be held in captivity. That is a restatement of our claim. Mahatma Gandhi once said, "The greatness of a nation in its moral process can be measured by the way its animals are treated." That is a quotation. And in a world where much of nature and the wild has already been lost, it is up to us to let these beautiful marine mammals free. That is our call to action. So after reading this argumentative essay, what should be done by those who have read this particular essay? Kaya nga, itong argumentative essay, yung palaging ginagamit ng ating mga editorial writers. Because after presenting all the details, after presenting all the stand, and supported by the details, you will call your reader to do something after. Okay? So, that's our example for an argumentative essay. Ma'am Jen?
Yes, you know what? The way you discuss our lesson for today is it's not only the learners who are learning right now. I also know as a teacher of the grade 10, this is actually new learning which is not included in our learning activity sheets. That's why we keep encouraging our dear learners na talagang manood sila ng ating live.
Follow our live
Hindi
discussion via
but
dance.
in here, we really deepen the understanding of our lesson. You really discuss it very comprehensively na kahit sino sigurong makikinig, talagang makukuha nila agad-agad. So just to i-sum up ko lang siguro ng konti before natin, take note sa pagsulat natin kanina. The parts of this argumentative essay, we started with our introduction. And of course, we also have the body paragraphs. And take note, in our body paragraphs a while back, we could have 2 to 3 body paragraphs. And in every paragraph, there should only be one reason supported by supporting details. And in here, you have also added, before you finally conclude, dapat meron silang tinatawag na counterclaim that contradicts our claim. Okay? And we also have the rebuttal that contradicts our counterclaim naman. Yes. Diba? O, ngayon, si counterclaim, kinontra niya si claim. Ito namang si rebuttal, kinontra niya si counterclaim. But still, on the last part, we have to give our conclusion para mas maayos. Ang ganda ng discussion ni Ma'am Debs, and it's really comprehensive. Okay? So, speaking naman ng ating tungkol dyan sa ating mga marine mammals, it's not only about our topic, which is argumentative essay, but we also come across with our other subjects. You know what? That marine mammals, or referred to as a group of animals that spends most of their lives in the marine habitat. O, yung mga nakatira daw sa dagat or karagatan. Okay? They are represented by the three taxonomical orders. So, very scientific to, no? We have the carnivora, we also have the cetaceans, and the sirenians. Carnivora include the polar bears, the sea otters, seals, sea lions, and walruses. The cetaceans include the whales, dolphins, the porpoises, and the sirenian include the manatees, the dugong, mga kalahi natin.
Dugong.
Ayan. Kalahi ng Pilipino yan. Sa Pilipinas may dugong, okay? In the Philippines, there are only 27 cetaceans, whales, and dolphins species, and only one sirenian or dugong is fishy. Ayan, Ma'am Debs. So, nice that's according to our scientific basis.
Yes. O, may sasabihin daw si Ma'am Venus.
Sige, Ma'am Venus. Tungkol ba sa dugong yan?
Yes, correct. I have already been to places in our country where I have seen whales and dolphins in big aquariums. So according to my readings, no captives facility can provide for the needs of whales and dolphins. They are social, intelligent, and wide-ranging animals that captivity prevents a lack of social, visual, and auditory stimuli of their natural environment, and many suffer from the stress of confinement, often resulting in increased aggression, illness, and death. So, yung mga nakakulong, ma'am, sa mga aquariums.
Oo. Kasi as presented in our essay, there are many marine animals which were taken in or as captives in large tanks. Of course, siguro there's a call for us to not take them in captive and let them thrive in their natural habitat. Of course, that is applicable not only to marine mammals, but also to other marine animals naman. Just like turtles siguro. O hindi naman marine animals. Siguro pwede rin ang mga birds. Kasi sila yung mga animals na taken as captives. Tama ba, Sir Dennis?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes.
Naranasan nyo ba yung nung bata kayo? Or yung mga pamapamangkin nyo ngayon may mga nahuhuli sila ng mga birds? O kaya turtles, tapos inaalagaan nila without knowing na it causes illness.
Minsan hindi namin nahuli. Bigla siyang dumako dito. Meron kaming bagong captive ngayon na hindi naman siya uwak. It's actually tagak, mahaba yung leeg. Ayan. So parang timing na timing siya dyan.
Oo. Yung mga pamangkin ko naman, meron silang, ewan kung saan nila nakuha yung turtle. Nag-enjoy kami na nilalaro. Di namin alam na based nga dito sa essay na present ko kanina, it causes them some illness and life for them is not comfortable kasi nga we are depriving them to live in their natural habitat.
Yes.
Diba, Ma'am Venus?
Yes, ma'am. So, diba alam natin we are still in pandemic. So we people are likened to those animals in captive. we are all aware naman na we cannot easily go out. There are many restrictions and protocols that we need to follow. So, with that, we can say that we are also in captivity.
Tama ka dyan.
Ma'am, COVID-19 pandemic, usually during quarantine, usually affects our mental health.
Oo, mental health. So the same is true. Naranasan na natin. Paano pa kaya sa mga hayop din who are which are taken in captive? Na-feel din ito for sure ng ating mga estudyante. Imaginin mo naman yung hindi ka talagang nakakalabas. Hanggang dun ka lang sa bakuran mo, di ba? Parang ganun din yung mga hayop.
Okay. So, just like we're having an advocacy here, Ma'am Bebs, that whenever we experience this thing or we have found animals, let us not try to take them as captives, diba? But we need to set them free, okay? Because they need to thrive in their natural habitat and for them to hindi lang mag-propagate but also to reproduce. Yan, para sa kanilang procreation. Because if we take them as captives, medyo mahirap mag-procreate. And that's why nagkakaroon tayo ng mga tinatawag nating extinction. Tama ba, Ma'am Beth?
At hindi lang basta-basta yun, ma'am, kasi kailangan din natin kung sino man mag-aalaga ng mga endangered species kasi yung tawag natin sa mga yan they need a permit from the DENR. Hindi basta-basta agad yun. Mga ganun lang yun.
Sige. Sir Dennis?
Do you know? Doon ba ako sa do you know? Okay. Do you know, ha? Do you know, ha? Ito na tayo sa do you know na tayo.
May trivia tayo ng konti. Speaking of this, marine mammals, mag-trivia nga si Sir Dennis. Okay.
Do you know, according to changeforanimals.org, whales and dolphins in captivity, there are currently at least 2,360 cetacean in captivity worldwide. 2,000 dolphins, 227 beluga, and 53 orca. That is the killer whale ang tawag natin doon. However, more than 5,000 cetacean. Tama. Cetacean ang bigkas nga niya. Cetacean have died in captivity since the 1950s.
Ayan, cetaceans.
Cetaceans ang bigkas dyan sa Okay, Ma'am Venus.
So, this is one of the reasons why we are in support of the claim raised in our essay that, again, marine mammals should not be held in captivity. They are part of nature, should not be bought, sold, or thrown in an aquarium. Marine mammals have the right to be kept in their natural environment. O, tandaan natin lahat yan.
Yes, that's right, Ma'am Venus, hindi lang kasi talaga ito, nahuhuli kasi sila it's not only for entertainment purposes, Ma'am Venus, but aside from entertainment purposes, these marine mammals were also taken captives as source of food. Ito, meron din akong trivia tungkol dyan, kung bakit hinuhuli sila, kaya hindi maiwasan, pero sana wag natin gagawin. That according to scientific basis, in Japan, nakarating na ba tayo ng Japan dyan? Okay. Sabi nila sa Japan daw, fresh whale meat is sold up to 15,000 yen per kilogram. Yes, you heard it right. People eat whales because pilot whale meat contains 25% protein and it is high in iron content, carnitine, and vitamins A and B. Blubber has long been considered to be especially healthy and vitalizing. In a climate and a country where vitamins from both sun and vegetables are not in large supply, okay, hindi kasi sila kagaya ng Pilipinas, na mainit ang ating though there is relatively little demand for it compared to the farmed livestock. Okay? Now, if whale meat is sold here in the Philippines of the same price, 15,000 yen, as it is sold in Japan, imagine natin, how much will it cost us in Philippine peso to give us? Okay, ito yung magkano bang value ng ating yen ngayon, Ma'am Bebs? It's 0.44, 0.006.
So,
para siyang
1 Japan yen is equivalent to, take note, 0.44006. So, pag-computein natin sandali ang ating mga estudyante. So, if the 1 kilogram of Whale meat in Japan is 15,000 yen. Magkano naman siya dito sa Pilipinas? Kung 15,000.
Oo, kung bibili tayo, no? Parang bibili tayo ng ganyan.
Mahal
At
kaya?
gamit ang ating pera. Okay?
Magkano kaya?
Papadeliver pa natin.
Take note,
How much will it
Japan
cost
yen
kaya?
is 0.440006.
006.
Okay, complete.
What will they do kaya for them to arrive at the solution?
So, tingnan natin ha. May makakakuha kayo ng tamang sagot. Philippine
Oh,
peso.
15,000 yen.
Tapos ang isang yen ay 0.44006.
Mas malaki pera natin sa kanila.
Tingnan natin. May nag-answer na dito si Sai de la Cruz. 6,569.09. Meron pa kayong magbibigay ng kanyang answer. Kung 6,000 yun, ang mahal naman.
Felerita
Yes.
Ido.
Meron.
6,000.
Pang mayaman pala talaga, no?
0.86, 7 Galileo.
Okay, tingnan natin, Ma'am Jen, kung tama ba yung mga sagot nila.
JC,
You
Marita
know, Ma'am
Bago.
Debs, you have come to the correct
6,600.
person, ano?
Oo, Ma'am Jen, that's in mathematics.
Okay, oo.
May mga sagot na ang gagaling nila sa math. May
Okay,
ang bilis
let's
nila.
show them the solution.
Okay.
So, for us to know how much it will cost in Philippine peso, we have here to convert 15,000 yen to our money. And that is 0.4406. And the answer is, yan na, tan-taranam, 6,100.90
per kilo. Sinang unang nakuha, Sir Dennis? Ang
JC,
mahal.
Marita Bago, 10 Rutherford, 6,609 centavos, 0.9.
Sino si?
JC, Marita Bago.
Okay. So you
Isa kita.
won 30 peso worth of load courtesy of Sir Dennis. Ayan.
Yes.
Okay.
Ma'am Debs,
Minimum na
bigyan ko lang
wage.
sila ng idea. Kasi ito, ganyan yung value ng karne ng whale sa Japan.
Oo, ang
And
mahal.
right now, here in our town, Aurora,
Yes, oo.
kasi pag namamalengke ako ng karne, can you imagine, 1 kilo din yan, Siyempre, walang pinagkaiba yan. They weigh both 1 kilo. 1 kilo of pork right now in our market is amounting to 320 pesos. So, swerte ka na pag 320, may iba naman dyan 350. Let's have 320. And of course, if we try to convert 6,690, parang it's almost 20 times higher than a regular pork meat.
So ilang kilos na yun?
Bibili na ako ng 20 kilos na karne ng baboy, magpapaano na ako, magpapapiesta na ako niyan. Diba?
Correct.
Ganun siya kamahal.
Tsaka kung regular laborer lang ako at ang sweldo ko sa isang araw, for example, is 500.
Oo.
Taas na yun, di ba?
Sahod ko ng
isang
isang yun, Isang araw ko lang kakainin.
Diba? Ang mahal.
Diba?
Oo.
Ganyan siya kamahal. It's not really,
Buti pa yung
hindi siya
mahal.
ganun practical.
Correct.
Wag kayo sa aristocrat. Pag
And-
kumain kayo sa aristocrat, ha?
Oo.
Pinakamababa, 8,000 doon, isang ulam lang. Aristocrat.
Of course, we try to spend according to our means naman. But if we can, why not? Kasi nga meron siyang tinatawag natin health benefits.
Wag
O,
kang
diba?
magastos.
Baka may beauty benefits pa yan, bibili na talaga ako niyan.
Ay, naku. Pampatawas na lang. Okay, Ma'am Jen. Speaking of marine mammals as food, no? Alam nyo ba na there are some marine animals which are not safe to eat by women. Pero
ganun?
pwedeng kainin ng mga lalaki.
Pwede ba bulong na lang?
Ganyan pala. Sige.
Oo, ng mga babae.
Pwede
Na
ba bulong?
babaeng buntis.
Yeah.
Okay. Yun pala yun. Okay. Trivia.
Yan, sige nga.
For pregnant women, Ma'am Venus, pag nag-ano ka later, become pregnant later, seafood can be a great source of protein and the omega-3 fatty acids
Yes.
in many fish
Yes.
can promote their baby's brain-eye development. Wow. However, some fish and shellfish contain potentially dangerous levels of mercury. Yan. We know naman that mercury is not good for us, diba? Too much mercury could harm your baby's developing nervous system. Kaya pala, bawal. So, what are these sea animals? The bigger and
Bawal pala yan. At least we're giving another information na naman to.
the bigger and older the fish, the more mercury it's likely to contain. So, mas malaki, mas marami daw mercury. And what are these food or sea sea animals which are prohibited for pregnant women to eat as prescribed or as mentioned by the Food and Drug Administration. We should avoid big eye tuna, sarap pa man din ng tuna, no? King mackerel, marlin, orange roughy, swordfish, shark, and tilefish. Ayan.
Dami palang bawal, no?
Okay. So, bawal po yung mga yan. Okay? So, siguro naman we have already presented a lot of things to you today. So, I guess our learners, you are now ready for the checking of what you have learned from our lesson.
Yes.
Ready na ba tayo mga kasama?
Yes, ma'am. An evaluation part. Again, itong discussion natin for today, we have discussed about the argumentative essay, and it's very simple to remember lang. In writing any type of essay, there are only 3 parts. We have the introduction, the body, and the conclusion. And it was already comprehensively discussed on how you write the different parts. So just go over this, na lang siguro, this live stream para mas maintindihan nyo.
Okay.
So, with that, we now move to our evaluation part, and congratulations again to those who participated very actively in our live discussion today. Yes.
Huwag kayo nga alis kasi later kung may oras pa tayo, magdo-draw tayo ng mga winners dun sa mga nakiparticipate.
Yes.
Okay? Sige.
Ang Venus?
So, let us check what you have understood from the lesson. So, we will be giving you 3 questions for you to answer. You have to write your answer on the chat box, and don't forget to write the item number before your answer. Let's have number 1, Ma'am Bebs. Okay, number 1. This is also known as the claim or position of the argumentative essay. I repeat, this is also known as the claim or position of the argumentative essay. Is it A, introduction, B, body, C, conclusion, or letter D, thesis statement?
Okay, just key in your answers and don't forget the item number.
Yes.
No? Number 1.
Your answer.
A. Number 1, B.
Okay.
Yes. While waiting,
ang sagot.
Let's see.
This is also known as the claim of position. Claim or position of the argument. Introduction, ang letter A is B, body, or C, conclusion, or D, thesis statement. May sagot na po ba tayo?
Marami na actually pala. Most of their answers are letter A. What do you call the claim or position of the argumentative essay? Tingnan natin if their answer is correct. Yes. It's letter D. It's the thesis statement or the
thesis statement.
Okay. It's also known as
Ma'am,
claim.
Baka nagkamali sila ng pindot, mama. Letter D yan talaga. Baka mali lang yung tinta ng cellphone nila. Magkamukha yung A sa D eh.
Sino nakasagot?
Meron bang nakakuha ng
Asli
tamang
Timoteo.
sagot?
From 8 SPJ.
Okay, si Asli.
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 Tsaka si Asli.
Asli, very good tong si Asli, no? Grade 8 pa lang yan, ha?
Asli.
Okay. Asli.
Timoteo.
Thank you for your answer. It's letter D, thesis statement. Okay, let's have
Number 2. Okay, this is number 2.
yung numbers nyo pakisend sa inyo mga English teachers and we'll send you your cellphone loan.
Yes, very good.
Okay, number 2.
This part, nandiyan na ba? Okay. This part summarizes the main points of the argumentative essay. Again, this part summarizes the main points of the argumentative essay. Is it A, introduction, B, bude, C, conclusion,
Anong bude?
D, rebuttal?
Okay, A, B, C, or D plus the item number. Okay, may sumagot na.
Asli, sabi
Tingnan
niya,
natin.
letter C. Aslin, 8 SPJ, C.
Basta yung sige.
Si Kaina, walang number. Sayang. Jason May
Sayang.
Tabago. It's 2C.
Tabago?
Shairil Feliciano, 2C. Eliza Juan, 2C of 10 Mendalib. Ayan.
Okay,
Jonah
let's
Jamaica, 2C.
What's the correct
Let's
answer?
reveal the answer.
It's letter C.
Conclusion.
Conclusion. At ang unang
Our winner.
sagot ay from, tama ba ako? No, wrong pala. Number 2 na tayo, sorry.
2, oo.
Meron ba tayong winner?
Si Ashley. Pero
Ashley.
ito, wala siyang 8S. Si Ashley, ito si Ashley.
Ashley Timoteo.
8SPJ2C.
2C. Okay. Si Ashley. Ashley yun, ha?
Aslin.
Ashley.
Aslin yung nakasagot ngayon.
Okay.
Okay, and then congratulations, Ashley. Nakakatuwa talaga itong mga kambal. Oo, sila yung kambal. Okay, very good. And then our last question for today.
Have number 3. Let's have number 3, the last but not the least. Okay? Based on RBI lesson that we have today, the following are true about argumentative essay except for one. Is it letter A? It introduces and explains the issue or the case because the reader needs to know what the issue is going to be. Letter B, it presents reasoning which are not based on facts. It presents reasoning which are not based on facts. Letter C, the essay offers reasons and support to these reasons. And letter D, it refutes opposing arguments. Lahat daw po yan tama, maliban lang yung isang nagpamali. Can you spot which letter or sentence is wrong?
Yes. A, B, C, or
Sagot na ba ang mga mag-aaral natin?
Wait lang. Number 3 na tayo. Number 3. Dami kasing sumasagot pa eh. I have already seen answers for number 3. Merong nag-answer ng B. I think almost is letter B. And the answer is... Letter B. And the first one who gave the correct answer is from 10, Mendeleev. Nicole
Castillo. Letter B.
Congratulations, Nicole.
Letter B. Letter B.
Yes.
Letter
Why
B.
this makes it wrong? I-pacify ko lang, ma'am. I-process lang natin. Bakit siya naging mali? This makes the sentence wrong kasi take note that all our reasoning should be based on facts. O pwede siyang statistics and based on science. Ganun siya.
Kasi
Yan.
are not based on
Talagang
facts. It's
19.
very important that when you present your facts, your details, they should be based on what is true, what is real. Okay, so congratulations to all the winners. For those who did not win, Sir Jashel, are we ready for our wheel of names? And we're gonna draw 3 winners from all those who actively participated to today's discussion.
Thank you for those who listened and stayed with us. From the beginning, from beginning to ending.
From the beginning to ending.
Ang dami nila.
From the beginning to the ending, okay? Thank you for staying with us.
Mahigit 70.
Tatlong winners. Magkano, sir, ang premyo per?
1,000!
Courtesy of Sir Dennis.
Kasama naman yun. Biro mo nanalo.
Basta care of na kay Sir Dennis yung prize. So, pakisend kay Sir Dennis yung inyong cellphone number. We'll gonna spin
Pwede
the
ba yung cellphone lang
wheel.
padalay sa akin?
Winners. Magkano, sir, ang premyo per?
30 pesos daw, di ba sabi ate?
Yeah, 30 pesos.
Okay,
30,000 yen.
30,000 yen.
30,000. Okay, wait lang daw, yes.
$1.
Okay, we're gonna
Spin the wheel.
spin the wheel and let's find
Spin
out
the wheel.
who will...
Parang may sali lang yung Marine Mammals no? Spin the whale.
Yung pag ano nyo,
Game.
pagsama nyo sa amin
Lahat po
today.
kayo ng mga sumali ay mabibiyayaan.
Of
Kaya
course,
siyempre
I
tatlo
shall
lang.
give priority to those who were not able to win prizes during the evaluation.
Ay ano ha, mama, paalala natin, yung mga sumagot lang.
Basta yung mga sumagot.
Meron kasi dito hindi
yung
sumagot.
mga nagparamdam.
Oo. Iba rin yung nagparamdam, ma'am. Ano?
Or,
kaysa doon sa sumagot.
basta lahat silang nakiparticipate na lang.
Okay, sige. Galing naman.
Para naman kahit paano mapapal. Anyway, magaling talaga, sir, kasi the prize will come from you.
Ay, naku, lipat na natin.
Okay.
We would like to thank our sponsor, Sir Dennis, for
Sir Dennis.
your generosity. May God return you the favor of a million fold. Sir Dennis, keep up sharing your blessings.
Okay, wait lang daw. Sabi ng ating napakagwapong technical specialist.
Nabudol-budol ako.
Yes, Sir Jashel.
Sir Jashel.
Meron tayong nalalabing 2 minuto bago sumapit ang 1 minuto na lang pala.
Anyway, ano na lang, we'll just identify who will be.
Sige, kung malaman, siguro ko na lang siguro, ma'am. baka pwedeng inasa lang natin next time or next week.
Okay, pwede ba?
Kasi wala rin tayong oras. So, Joshel.
Kaya? Okay, wait lang. Ayan. Okay, ready! Ayan na, I'm so excited!
Ako din.
Baka tayo naman manalo. Kasama kami dyan. Okay, and our
Ba't
3
ganyan?
winners.
Ano nangyari? Ba't ganyan? Ha?
Ayan ha. For those who are still with us, uli, we will see you next week for our new lesson,
Yes, don't forget to tune
which is all
in.
about expository essay. Tama ba, Ma'am Debs?
No.
We're gonna move with expository next week.
Trillion Mars.
Daming comments kasi, kaya di
Week
natin
2
alam.
is
may $30 daw kayo
a
free.
different lesson. Week 3 yung
Ayan.
expository.
May $30 kayo for free.
Okay. So it's advance pala. Sige, anyway, we'll just see you again
Ay,
next
ayaw niya
week.
na ano?
Okay.
Siguro
Kaya?
ano lang.
Hindi. Hindi na kaya. Hindi daw kaya ng powers ng ating internet connection kasi
dami kasi.
we have, I
Okay,
think,
anyway.
90,000 listeners, viewers a while ago.
Mhm.
So anyway, we have the list naman of those who participated for today's live discussion. We're gonna give you the 3 winners. Next week, kaya ang tabayanan ng mga nakinig ngayon. Yun ang unang gagawin namin bago tayo mag-start ng
Yes.
lesson. Ano, next week.
May iba naman, no? Mag-spin the wheel tayo next week.
Mag-spin the wheel
Spin the
tayo.
wheel.
Yes. Okay?
Sige,
wala
sige,
na.
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Uy, kaya niya daw. Kaya?
1,500.
Okay, ayan, kaya yata. Ayan.
Subukan natin.
Ayan.
1,500 comments.
Kami kasing nag-comments.
Okay.
Okay, first winner, Jansen Peralta.
Meron ba,
Congratulations, Jansen Peralta.
Aba, galing ah. Hey, hey.
Another
lista,
winner.
lista.
Dalawa pa, Sir Joshel.
Ayan na, ayan na. Ang dami.
Okay.
Okay.
Congratulations to Rysel Eligado. Rysel Eligado and our last one. Another winner, Sir
Hindi ko
Joshel.
dinagdagan. Wala
Third
na eh.
winner for today is... Ayan. From Tentalisa yan. Jenny. Tama ba? O yan na ba yun, Sir Joshel?
Okay, Jenny Ignacio.
Jenny Ignacio. Ay, hindi. Ay, akala ko ako na. Bealin. Sorry. It's not Jenny.
Sorry. Yan pala
It's
yung
from
nalo.
Tenacacia, Bealin Mendoza. So, our
Computer
3
po, ha?
winners, we have...
Computer po,
Janse Peralta, Rysel Eligado from
And-
10 Einstein, and Bealin Mendoza from
Yes.
10 Acacia. Congratulations! Send us your number
Paalam tayo.
so we can send you your cellphone load. Okay.
There you have
So, there you have it, our dear learners. Our lesson for today about the parts and features of an argumentative essay. On behalf of my fellow grade 10 English teachers, Ma'am Jennifer Velasco, Ma'am Venus Lintao, and Sir Dennis, and of course our gwapong-gwapong technical specialist, Sir Joshel Razon Guillermo, I would like to leave you a quote from Josh Billings which says, "Silence is one of the hardest arguments to refute." Till next week for another hashtag lesson accomplished in grade 10 English. Goodbye! Stay safe always.
Facts and information. Today's learning for you normal with capable teachers whose heart and soul are divine. Delivered knowledge inside your home through 106.3 Dance Radio. Fully dedicated to serve the public in tribute to education. Reproduce of radio-based instruction. We are pleased to deliver the utmost aim of education. Only here on 106.3 TWPR-FM. Before ang 106.3 Dance Radio. Dance Radio.
Prepare yourself
Ang silid-aralan sa radyo, hatid namin ay makabagong paraan ng pagtuturo at kalaman. Mapaumaga, tanghali o hapon man yan. Ang istasyong magbibigay impormasyon kahit sa naman.
Alright, here we go.
106.3 Dance Radio. Doña Aurora National High School, Santa Rita, Aurora, Isabela.
This
106.3 DWBR FM.